Welcome back to D&D Hyper Accelerated 101. Today we're going to be going over the other three major decisions for making your first character. Ability scores. Now we need some ability scores for our Drow Rogue Floofy. Ability scores are how good a character is at general aspects of life. There are 6 standard ability scores. Strength, which is, big muscles. Dexterity, how nimble and agile they are. Ninja. Constitution, how much abuse their body can take from weapons, disease, poisons, etc. Intelligence, how much they know or book smarts. Wisdom, how much they notice and street smarts. And charisma, how much force of personality they have or how much of a people person they are. Each ability is given a number, which is their ability score. Depending on their ability score, they are given an ability modifier. Numbers above 11 will give a positive modifier, while numbers below 10 will give a negative modifier, as shown here. Okay, so this is probably one of the more confusing things, but you don't need to understand why it works this way, just know that it does. There are many different ways to generate your stats, like rolling for stats, point buy, and the standard array. There isn't really a right way to generate them, just ways that certain DMs prefer. Ask your DM the way they want you to generate your stats, and they can help you with their preferred method. As for today, we'll be using the standard array. Now here, I've gone ahead and assigned Floofy stats as I saw fit. Keep in mind, this is just my way of doing it for this example. You're free to set up your character however you want. Now, as a reminder, don't forget that you get some bonuses for your race and your sub-race, as shown here. This will boost and even out our stats a little bit, as well as show off the natural abilities of the character's race. Background and backstory. Everyone comes from somewhere, has a story, and has their own experiences. This is where a backstory comes into place. A backstory is your character's origin story, why they're an adventurer, what they're looking for, what they want to do with their lives, and why they left home, if they had a home in the first place. This can give your DM a way to pull your character into the story, as well as give you an idea of who your character is when they start the adventure. Now mechanically, a backstory has no direct input, unless the DM decides that it should in specific situations. That doesn't mean it's not important though. I highly recommend you at least come up with a small backstory for any character you play. A background, however, is a mechanical implementation of who your character was before they became an adventurer, hero, student, or whatever they're going to become. With a wide selection of options like acolyte, entertainer, hermit, sailor, urchin, and many, many more, you're sure to be able to find something that fits. Each background will give you skill proficiencies and a custom feature related to your background, with some giving you access to extra languages, tool proficiencies, or other options. If you're overwhelmed by all the options, each class gives you a recommendation in the quick build section of the class information. And Charlatan it is! Skills and proficiencies. There are 5 main groups of proficiencies: armor, weapons, tools, saving throws, and skills. Armor proficiency means you know how and are comfortable with moving around in light, medium, or heavy armor. You can still wear a set of armor that you're not proficient with, but if you do, you won't be able to do the cool things that you could normally do. Being proficient with weapons, tools, saving throws, and skills means you know the right way to do things, or you're experienced in doing them. Using these abilities will give you a bonus depending on what level you are. This bonus is called your proficiency bonus. Proficiency in different armor and weapons are normally obtained through your class. There are other ways to get these proficiencies, but when creating a level 1 character, you don't really need to worry about it at this point. Tool proficiencies can come from a few different places, namely backgrounds or your class or subclass. You'll get proficiency in 2 saving throws depending on what class you select for level 1. Which brings us to skills. There are 18 skills in 5e, and each one is linked to an ability score. For example, athletics is linked to strength, while acrobatics is a dexterity skill. Here are the proficiencies that rogues get at level 1. Notice that in the skill proficiencies, rogues get to select 4 from the list provided. Each class has their own selection of skill proficiencies, so look into your class info for the number and options of skill proficiencies for your class. Also as a reminder, don't forget that your background will give you 2 proficiencies. The Charlatan gives deception and sleight of hand. And with that, you've made all the major decisions for creating your first character. Congratulations. Now there is a little bit of math to finishing up your character sheet, but it's mainly just adding the correct ability modifier and proficiency bonus if necessary for attack rolls and skills. There is also selecting starting equipment, but we'll be going over equipment in a future episode. Until then, class dismissed. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I hope this helped you make your first 5e character, or you found it an entertaining refresher. Next week we'll be going over the most basic part of the combat system, how to make an attack. So if you want to make sure you catch that, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. If you have any questions about the 5e system that you'd like me to cover, go ahead and leave a comment down below. And if you want to watch me stream or run D&D, go ahead and check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/NochezFlores. I usually stream a game about once a week, so come check it out. With that, take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time.